There are two ways to get started with Flow. You can either start from a template, or you can create a flow from blank. In this video, we'll show you both, and we'll learn more about the key features of every flow. Templates are pre-created flows that connect to more than 50 services out of the box. All you need to do is enter your credentials and provide details like sites, accounts, lists, etc. Here, I have the Microsoft Flow website. As you can tell from the Flow site, you can connect to a wide variety of services, from things like Office 365 and OneDrive to things like Twitter, Dropbox, Google Drive, Slack, etc. You can also explore the key features of Flow, like adding multi-step flows, adding conditions, or even using on-premise data. Now, what we want to do is we want to create a flow starting from a template. Here, I have a template here that creates a to-do item in Wunderlist for important emails. I'll go ahead and click that. This brings up a template landing page where I can see a detailed description of what the template does and what information it requires from me. In this case, this template creates a task in Wunderlist when emails marked important are sent to your Office 365 inbox. And all you need to specify is what list you're trying to add this task to. On this page, you can also see who published this flow, how many times it was used, and you can also share information about this flow on social media. So let's go ahead and click Use this template. Now, the first thing I'm asked to do is enter in my credentials for the services I'm connecting to. In this case, Office 365 Outlook and Wunderlist. Now, Flow already has my credentials for Office 365 Outlook, but I need to sign in to Wunderlist. So I'll click on the Sign In button here. Now that I've entered in my credentials, let me click on the Continue button and see what the flow looks like. Now, every flow relies on two key concepts. There's this notion of a trigger. It's the activity that kickstarts your flow, or the action that you're waiting for before the flow can get started. And you have a series of actions. These are the things that you want to do once the flow has been triggered. In this case, whenever I get a new email and it's marked with high importance, that's my trigger. I want to create a task in Wunderlist. That's my action. Other actions include things like sending a push notification, creating an email, creating a new item on a SharePoint list, etc. Okay, now that I've defined my trigger and a set of actions, I'm going to add in my list ID and click Create Flow. In this case, whenever that new email marked as high importance is sent, I want to create a to-do item in my work list in Wunderlist. Let me go ahead and do that and click Create Flow. And that's all there is to creating a flow from template. Now what I want to do is create a flow from blank. To do that, I'm going to go over to the My Flows page and click on the Create from Blank button. Now I get to decide what I want my trigger to be and also specify my actions. In this case, let me type in RSS. What I'm trying to do is whenever there's a new feed item published to a particular site, I want to get an email with the title of the summary feed and also with a title of the new item that was just created. In this case, I'm going to put in a link to the Flow blog. And I'm going to add a new action. Now you can add a single action or one or more actions after you've created one. Let's go with add an action. Type in send email. In the to line, I'll enter in my own email address. For the subject, instead of having something static, I actually want to use the title of the feed item that was just added. In this case, I can do that using something called dynamic content. Dynamic content essentially allows you to pass in values from a previous step. In this case, for the subject, I'm going to use feed title. And for the body, I'm going to click on feed summary. Now, if I want, I can add in things like conditions. For example, I can add in a condition that says if the feed title contains a particular word, then send me a push notification to my mobile device. Or I can also add further actions, like in addition to sending me an email, also take a link to this particular feed item and put it into an Excel file. That's all there is to creating a flow from blank. Just enter in a name for your flow and click Create Flow.